Welcome back. David Heurtel in for Elias. We're talking about the teacher strike. It's ongoing, no end in sight. The government and the unions don't seem to be really talking. And this morning, the FAE, the teachers union that has been on unlimited strike since it seems, 2-3 weeks at least now, took over the Port of Montreal today and basically paralyzed the main entrance to the port near the junction with Autoroute 25. Notre Dame is closed. Trucks are lining up. And joining us to talk about that and the status of the negotiations and the union position is Patrick Bydal. He is the vice president of the FAE. Patrick, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks.
So tell me, why the move at the Port of Montreal this morning?
First, I just want to correct that it's our fifth week.
Fifth week
that we're starting today.
Fifth week.
And we were at the port this morning because, the government seems the only language the government seems to understand is money. And we think that the teachers have been on strike. They lost 21 days. They are on strikes, putting their salary on the table, making a big economic sacrifice. So we want to send a message to François Legault. He needs to hear us. He needs to unblock the negotiation.
And on the ground this morning, are the horns honking? Do you feel you have the popular support there this morning?
Oh, yeah. Not only the cars that were passing, all the truckers were, giving us a big eye, and we were really happy. And, it's important to us to, after 11 months of negotiation, the government is still taking a lot of time. It doesn't seem to understand there's, urgency to find a solution for this situation, and so we're getting more angry, and exasperated. So we're sending a more maybe harder message to him, so we can maybe it's like a wake up call,
It seems that the Legault government strategy is clear, Patrick. They're playing the long game. They're playing for time. You have the support. Latest poll out this morning showing that 54% of Quebecers still support the unions. Yet I get the sense that this is a war of attrition, and I get the sense that the Legault government says, okay, we're going to stall this and wear the public support down, and January 9th, parents are going to say enough and force you to cave. I'm sure you've thought about this. I am sure you know this. So what is your reaction to this apparent strategy?
Right now, Prime Minister Legault is, leading us on a boat, but a boat that is sinking. This is why we were also at the port. So now you have to, take his responsibility. You have to, as a head of the state, he's the prime minister. You have to do action so that the boat, can stop sinking, float again, and more than that, you have to bring this boat to the good destination.
What is your position? What's the union response to what I would call the quote-unquote think of the children message? Like François Legault tried that a few weeks ago. Then he said, I don't know, out of nowhere, he said the kids would be back in class last Monday. We all know what happened with that. But you're seeing more and more of these reports in the media of the impact of the strikes. They're comparing this to, after the pandemic, now another major problem for our kids. We saw this morning in La Presse Plus, I'm sure you saw it, the fact that teachers are responsible for a lot of the complaints and the awareness of violence towards children. And the fact is that youth protection is getting less of these notifications because of the strike. What is your response? Because you're seeing more and more the impact, and it must be for you an added pressure on you, but I get it. It's also on the government. But what is your reaction to all these I would say, consequences of the strike?
It's been 25 years that the education system is getting, is getting more and more or less, effective. Is getting destroyed, by the government about, decision that was not, the decision was not about the CAC. It's not the CAC who did it, but they are now the one in leading in they're the power at the Assemblée nationale. So what we say is we did like 11 months of negotiation, and after one fifth weeks that we're starting strike, and the government is still blocking. He needs to to take action, take his responsibility, and find a way. He's always saying to find a solution, you have to have the willing. We're there. We are still talking at the negotiation table, but we need more than talking. We need action.
And they're not. What I understand is that obviously you can't reveal what's really being said during the actual negotiations, whatever negotiations there are right now. But the whole issue of class sizes and specialized help for teachers who have to deal with kids that have learning difficulties or learning challenges, is there any type of movement there? Because I get that the money issue is still an issue, but I get also the class size and who's in the class and how to help the kids is also a big issue.
Yeah, class composition is really, really important. And for us, what we want, we have offered a lot of solutions, but we want it to be like an automatic system. Okay? And the problem is that government doesn't want something automatic. He wants some flexibility so he can decide, not automatic. But the problem has been 25 years that they are deciding, and it was not.
We're seeing the results. We're seeing the results.
Yeah,
today.
We're seeing the results now. So we say we have to stop. When we take the pictures of a class, when we see there's a problem, automatically you have to do something, and the government doesn't want to have automatic, things. He wants the flexibility to decide, and this is not the way we want,
Patrick, I appreciate your time, and I wish you the best during this difficult holiday season.
I'm really happy, and thanks for the call, and happy Christmas for you.
Thank you. Patrick Bydal, FAE Vice President. No end in sight, and they're continuing to be very vocal and active, as we're seeing at the Port of Montreal this morning, in their 5th week of an unlimited strike.